They got the win.
The Chiefs are heading to the Super Bowl.
Now, get the gear. The Kansas City Chiefs are AFC champs. And you can get your hands on the official trophy collection.
Back-to-back AFC champions.
Including the championship t-shirt and hat.
You're going to have to deal with the Chiefs.
They wore it on the field. Now you can wear it everywhere. Shop now and get free shipping at NFLshop.com.
Who will smash records at the Grammys? Live in 1 week on CBS.
Celebrate the champs with the official trophy collection at NFLshop.com. Folks, you can now get the t-shirt and cap worn on field by the players and coaches today with free shipping. Check out NFLshop.com for the best assortment of championship styles. Shop now and celebrate the win.
This is the State Farm Postgame Show.
Well, some said they couldn't, some doubted them, some wrote them off, but right here in the home of the Wire, the Kansas City Chiefs showed us all that the Kings stay the king. And for the fourth time in 5 years, the Chiefs are heading to the Super Bowl. And hello again, everyone. Welcome to the State Farm Post-Game Show. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 minutes and one couple's mission to save wild animals around the world. That'll be followed by 3 back-to-back episodes of Make That Yellowstone. That's coming up tonight right here on CBS. And back here with the full house, started with Boomer, JJ, of course, the triple threat, Nate Burleson, Coach Bill Cowher, and Phil Simms. I'm sorry, what's Patrick Mahomes' number?
15.
15 different.
Yeah, he was. Listen, Patrick Mahomes in the first half was tremendous. He was borderline great. But in the second half, what did he do well? He managed the game, and he did an awesome job. No turnovers by Kansas City. They got 66 yards in total offense until that play against Marquez Valdez-Scantling, as you Travis Kelce. Hey,
with Taylor Swift.
To the victors go everything. I don't know what else to say.
hey, Phil, life is good, huh?
Yeah, life is good. It is. But I'll say this. Kansas City coaches did a great job. And now, if you're the Baltimore Ravens, this was a Super Bowl team they had. This is going to hurt for a long time.
And I think they got away from what got them here. They're the #1 rushing team in the National Football League, and they only had 8 design runs the entire time. Yep. Give a lot of credit to Steve Spagnuolo.
Yep.
What he did, and had Lamar Jackson uncomfortable all night long. Yeah. Blitzing, man-to-man, zone, mixing it up, and that's what Steve Spagnuolo is. A masterful defensive coordinator, a little bit shorthanded without Willie Gay. He did a great job tonight keeping Lamar Jackson under wraps.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they struggled to find some chemistry early on, and it kind of bled into the rest of the game. Now, on the flip side, the Kansas City Chiefs, they knew exactly what they were doing. Patrick Mahomes knows exactly where his bread is buttered, and that's the pass catcher of Travis Kelce. I mean, he was cooking from the very beginning of the game. Let's just check out what he was doing. And I want you to pay attention. He's going to move around a ton. Here he is, a short slant route right over the middle of the field. And here, perfect coverage, but the ball low and away from the DB. He catches it falling down for the touchdown. And here, it's just the 2 guys being on the same page. You said it's football telepathy, Coach.
That's it.
And you're right. And there it is. Once again, over the middle, making plays. Travis Kelce was unstoppable today.
Those Chiefs were great, but the Ravens hurt themselves at times tonight.
Yeah.
Those penalties at key moments, big time. We talked before the game about handling your emotions and keeping those in check. There were times today where it just seemed like those got away from him a little bit, and that hurt.
I would just say Travis Kelce, so much for being distracted, because he wasn't distracted and hasn't been distracted the last 3 or 4 weeks. And I would also say we talked about controlling your emotions. The Baltimore Ravens showed a lot of bad emotion in this game. And one player in particular, Zay Flowers. He's going to be a really good player.
Yeah.
He learned a very valuable lesson out here in this field tonight.
Hey, boom. Distracted, I would say encouraged.
Yes.
Travis
Very
Kelce.
good, yes.
Hey, folks, now let's send it over to Jim Nantz for the presentation.
We lost everything.
There's got to be someone who can help.
Did you know Super Bowl 58 on CBS streams live on Paramount Plus?
Can we get a selfie?
Of course.
Next stop, Vegas. Here we come.
Super Bowl 58 is on the horizon, and Vegas is calling. Folks, we're just 14 days away, so join us that on February the 11th for a night where champions are crowned and legends are written. Coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, so don't miss any of the action. Super Bowl 58 only on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus. As we welcome you back to the State Farm Postgame Show, I must go to the fraternity to talk about what we can't wait and their final thoughts.
Certainly can't wait for Super Bowl 58 to see Patrick Mahomes and his team back in there. They certainly deserve it. He's a difference maker. We've never seen anybody quite like him, and I think we all could agree with that. For Lamar Jackson, this is a tough loss. In the beginning of the show, I was talking about two guys that were under the most pressure this weekend. One was Lamar, because he had to win this home game right here, and so much has been said about it, and he's heard all of it. And the other one is Brock Purdy for the San Francisco 49ers, just simply because of all the expectations that they are.
Yeah, and I think we have to give a lot of credit to that Chiefs defense tonight. Spags and that defense has done a great job. He loves to blitz, loves to use those DBs. He's got the big guys up front, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis. He also has L'Jarius Sneed covering. He's got guys blitzing all over the place. So it's been a lot of fun to watch that defense, and they stymied one of the best offenses in the league today.
You know, I love this defense for the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, do what you do, but do it boldly. We know that they like to bring pressure, and they just shy away from that. Matter of fact, they dialed it up a notch. In the first half, they blitzed him every other play. Basically, I'm talking 50% of the time. And then when they ran with the ball, like you see Zay Flowers diving for the end zone, they were very aggressive with their hands. You have Lamar Jackson, one of the most dynamic players of all time. The Kansas City Chiefs, they knew exactly what the task was at hand. And they said, we are going to be more physical. We are going to suffocate the line of scrimmage. We're going to make sure that we keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket and make it difficult for him for 4 quarters, and they did that. So as much as we're going to compliment Travis Kelce going 11 for 11 catches and big-time touchdown in this game, and Patrick Mahomes being the GOAT of this generation, we have to mention that defense, because for majority of the season, this was the most consistent side of the ball for this team.
And it was the back end, too, Nate. When you talk about this defense, you're talking about L'Jarius Sneed, you're talking about Trent McDuffie, you're talking about Justin Reed.
Yeah.
They bring a lot of different things. They give you a lot of different looks, and you got to have smart players back there. You got to have versatile players back there that can play multiple positions. And Steve Spagnuolo is masterful. This is not the same game plan they went against Buffalo last week. He caters it week in and week out, switch things up. And you sit there and you saw Lamar so many times, just not sure what he sees back there. And that kind of confusion led him into the frustration and turn the football over like he did, Phil.
Yeah, you know, it's tough to stay with the game plan sometimes. Oh, we're going to blitz Lamar Jackson. We're going to play him this way, and you know you just got to sit there and worry that the big play's coming. But they did a great job here. We don't say this enough. Kansas City Chiefs are tough. Yeah. They are tough. They're proving they've been through battles. And just think about what they did this year, especially at the end of the year. The offense kind of changed. Yeah. We're going to do this. We're going to run it. We're going to protect our tackles. We're going to manage the game. We're not the high-flying act anymore. They bought into it, and they've 100%. Done it here late in the year, and they were hot at the end of the year. That's when you want to get hot.
And certainly we know that the coach on the other side, that being John Harbaugh, saw that firsthand, and he's standing by with our Evan Washburn.
Well, Coach, first of all, we really appreciate your time. Obviously, it's an abrupt way to end a season, a special season. What was the right message to the guys in the locker room after this one?
Well, I mean, I told them to walk out of here with their heads held high and their chests out and eyes straight ahead, you know, and you never know what lessons you're going to learn from every experience that you have, but whatever it is, it's going to be inside, and you go forward and make a new beginning from where we're at, and that's what we're going to do. I mean, I love these guys, everything they gave, every heart, every bead of sweat, you know, every tough situation they fought through to accomplish what they did. You're proud of that, you know. Today we weren't good enough. We didn't win the game. Congratulations to the Chiefs. They won the game, but it doesn't take one thing away from what they've done, what they did all year, who they are, and I'm proud of every single one of them.
Understanding, again, the moment's raw, but this game was close. It was one score down the stretch there. What do you think stood in the way?
Plays were made, you know. We didn't make enough plays. They made the plays to win the game.
And lastly, you touched on it, just the foundation that this group, each year is different, I understand that, but that this team built as you guys move forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the journey. That's the thing. That's kind of the point of the whole thing. And that's what I'm excited about going forward. But, you know, let's just kind of get through tonight and you know, make our plans going forward.
Coach, again, utmost respect for coming by. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Evan.
Let me just say this. I've lost 4 home AFC championship games,
Wow.
and it's the most disappointing thing you can go through because you're that close with that kind of support with the fans. You feel like you let down the city. You feel like you let down your team. You feel like you didn't do enough as a coach. So this is something that sits with you, and I said before, the hardest game to lose. But for John Harbaugh, he is resilient. He will be back, and it's a good football team. No question about it.
Yeah, and they still might hang their hat on the fact that Lamar Jackson is the regular season MVP. It was one hell of a year leading up to this point, but we have to spin it forward. Now you have the Kansas City Chiefs back in the Super Bowl once again. This is their 4th appearance in 5 years. They have 2 weeks to prepare for either the Lions or the 49ers. Oh, boy.
Patrick Mahomes now ties Peyton Manning, Terry Bradshaw, some of those names as in playoff wins. He's 1 away from sitting alone in 3rd place in playoff wins. The man has done an unbelievable job in a short amount of time.
It's hard to believe how good he has gotten over the last 6 years, Phil. We saw him that first game, his rookie year in Denver, and he's gotten better and better and better. And the best part about it, he's totally healthy. And you can see that on
Which
the
is
field.
scary.
Yes.
Yeah, he played a really good game. Boomer, you lost playoff games as a quarterback. So did I. And you know what comes after it. I can't even imagine in today's world how much pressure or how much talk it's going to be about Lamar.
Yeah.
But he had a tremendous year.
He did.
He's a good guy, and he played hard.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
1 ticket punch to Las Vegas. That is Kansas City. Up next, it'll be the Detroit Lions at the San Francisco 49ers. That game coming up on Fox. The ticket there to be punched. Folks, thank you for tuning in here on CBS. We'll see you soon in Las Vegas.